Hello, and welcome back to Opinions Only, in which Destiny claimed that she was groomed. So we have Destiny, Tisha, and Martell basically ganged up against Melody in the hopes of putting out a narrative that Melody is a predator, basically. That is the aim Destiny was going for. Destiny and Martell specifically. Martell, aka the village idiot, will go whichever the wind blows as long as it's against Melody, was the one who is feeding, who fed, who is feeding, and is telling Melody and telling Destiny all this information. All these things that went down between a husband and wife, him and Melody, he finds it fit to go and tell Destiny. So Martell, the village idiot, Martell, who also says that he is a great father, however, is going above and beyond, low to HELL, to damage the mother of his kid's character, for her to lose business deals, to lessen her sales, right? Trying to make her lose her fans, which is not going to happen. Basically, to lose her financial means of providing for their children. Martell is not working, right? Only paycheck he gets is from Love Marriage Huntsville. His businesses has failed. Martell has basically no income coming in to support 4 children. Melody is the one who's taking care of the kids, who are providing them a home, who has provided for their education, who is providing food for on their table. Why would you try to ruin the reputation of the only person who's actually bringing in the income so that she will lose her business, lose her job, lose everything? You don't have anything. And how are you a great father? No one to provide for your kids. How are you a great father? Instead of thinking with your anger and your hate towards Melody, he needs to start thinking about his kids. And now we have Destiny, the devil's concubine, who will lie for a paycheck, play victim for sympathy, bull her fans into thinking the same as her. Right? Example, her mental Mondays, in which no one can say anything different from what she's thinking or what she wants them to think about, an opinion she wants them to have. No one can say anything outside of that. And who will look directly into your face while she is STABBING in your back. That's Destiny. Okay, she claims she was groomed, preposition for a threesome between her and Melody and Martell. Martell sitting there agreeing everything with what she says, not thinking that it includes you. She's talking about you too. So if anything happens to Melody, if Melody decides to go to court, you're going to be subpoenaed. You're going to be subpoenaed or either to testify with Destiny or against Destiny. The village idiot. That's what he is. Destiny has obviously lied because she has been proven to be talking out. She Destiny has obviously lied. Okay, she has. When Destiny was proven to be incorrect, she quickly pivoted to another topic. She started talking about Melody, her husband, and the others in the back of a limousine, an activity where she was not. She was nowhere to be found. She was not part of it. Martell told her something what went down in the limousine. How is that Destiny's business? How is that even part of grooming her, trying to convince her to have a threesome? Destiny made herself look stupid, and she will continue to make herself look stupid. You say stupid stupid shit happens to you. So then on her mental Monday with Dion, who makes no sense herself, she said she was looking for a better word. The word groom, after she thought about it, after she really see how dumb that was, she said that she was looking for a better word. What's a better word than groomed? She had weeks to think about this for this episode. She told Carlos about it. Carlos had time to actually change her mind. to make sure she's saying exactly what she wanted to say, because he repeated the word and then she repeated the word. She added that word to grip the audience. That is what that word was, for grip, to grab everyone's attention when they hear the word groomed, because they know exactly what it means, and they know, and callers know exactly the intention behind it. That is why they use the word. Okay, what does groom mean? To prepare or train someone for a particular purpose or activity. In her case, she was talking about participating in a threesome. So what's a better word than groomed? The synonyms are prepared, to prepare. What's a better word than groom? Make ready, conditioned, tailor, coach, train, instruct, tutor, drill, teach, educate, school. She had all those words. She's trying to say, what's better than groomed? Better means it's going to be worse. Its intention is to be worse. Its intention is to be even more impactful than the word groomed. But groomed, everyone knows what groomed means, what kind of connotation it comes with. And it refers to basically minors, or people who don't have the capacity to think for themselves. She knew exactly what she was doing. Her and Martell. Then we have Tisha, aka Slowpoke, who informed Destiny about the event in the limousine. Why? Because she did not like that Melody. She did not like that Melody texted her husband a simple text. Her husband texted Melody, "I'm rooting for you and Martell." She said, "Don't root for me and Martell. Root for me." Because guess what? She's not talking to Martell. She's not with Martell. And then Slowpoke thought that that was Melody trying to come on to her husband. That is what she said, right? In the next sentence, she's going to say that she trusted Marcel. She saw Mel as a sister. I would never believe anything of that nature would happen. She is a complete snake, because you contradicted yourself. One time you believe in Melody. Oh, we are sisters. We always explain. We always communicate. We're always doing this, that, and a third. And in the next breath, you're talking about you're jealous. So she kept on to that jealousy for this moment, because this happened like 2021, 2020. It's now 25. They held on to this. She held on to this anger, to this jealousy for Melody all this while. Mind you, Melody is not talking to Destiny. Destiny doesn't have Melody's number. Melody don't communicate with Destiny. As in previous episodes with the girl trip, Destiny's the one who was fighting, skipping over herself to go sit next to Melody, trying to get her moment, trying to apologize, trying to hug up on Melody. Melody said, "I don't forgive you for disrespecting her mother," right? Telling Melody's mother that she pimped her daughter out, and then you expect somebody to forgive you? Melody knew who she is and knew who she was. And now she finally showed her hand. She showed exactly who she is. She showed who Martell is, and she showed who Tisha is. Okay, so I will play the audio version of the grooming scene, and I will also play the ending of Mental Monday, in which Destiny and her so-called coach slash therapist try to backtrack on what they've said. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. Also comment on this video. Let me know what your own thoughts on this situation.
Come back, Destiny. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be back on this show?
It feels good most days.
So, what made you want to resume filming?
I felt like my story was unfinished.
Well, people like, Kimmy, felt that you weren't as vulnerable and didn't give a lot to the show that you were on the many years that you were on the show.
Yeah, I can say there were times that I didn't give, and I wasn't in the space to give. I honestly had to do a lot of healing, for real. to be able to come out and be vulnerable and be a better version of myself.
Hey, Kimmy, how do you feel about Destiny's return? When you were filming with her, did you see a difference than the last time?
Absolutely. Maybe I didn't think through the fact that she had some healing to do to be able to, open up and give. But whatever that time frame was allotted to her has been definitely better. Definitely.
So you and Martell are very close. When you were not doing the show, did you and Martell maintain the friendship even off season?
I maintained the friendship with everybody during off season.
People assume that you and Martell are more than friends. And you made a comment on the show that you could have been involved in a threesome between Martell, Melody, and you. Did Martell and Melody proposition you for a threesome?
I wouldn't say it was a proposition. It was just a lot of conversations about certain things and acts that have happened. And yeah.
Is that true, Melody?
I can't recall none of that.
Why are you smiling from ear to ear? I'm smiling. Oh, I see.
Hey, you don't have to elaborate because I'm
You don't remember the conversation?
Destiny, Melody would like you to elaborate because she has no idea what you're talking about.
One of the conversations I will address is
There's been more than one?
yes.
Oh.
But there would have been more openness to a threesome had Martell stopped cheating with.
That's a lie straight from hell. That's a lie. No.
Did you on your back porch? That conversation was had at your house.
A threesome between the three of y'all or between?
That she was open to threesomes with Martell had he stopped cheating with.
No, but you though.
No.
No, but you though.
No. That was a conversation, but I felt like, why would we keep talking about this? Y'all talked about how y'all were in a hotel room and y'all started having sex and your in the bed next to you.
Who talked about that? I'm sorry. Who had a conversation about something like that?
Y'all had a conversation with me about that.
I ain't had no conversation with you about that.
Or you haven't?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have not.
Okay.
No.
Martell, is that true?
Whatever Destiny said. No, honestly, no.
So did it happen? Did y'all start having sex in the room with her in the bed?
Honestly.
And she woke up and said, I know y'all not.
Okay, I'll be forgetting, so I believe you though, Destiny.
I don't remember nothing like that happening
But
at all.
okay, but the thing is this.
And I'm actually taken aback.
So the thing is this, Destiny, when you made that comment on camera, and I want to make sure that if y'all all disagree, then let me know. But it appeared that these two requested a threesome with you
There were
specifically.
conversations, there were situations where it is grooming. For you to have those type of open conversations with people consistently, it's grooming. You asking me to spend a night at your house multiple times. Now you've been witness to that. Sex. You can stay over. Like,
well, I told you need to get your ass up and go home. That was many nights. Me, you, Mel, Chris was up talking outside, having a good time.
And who didn't want to go?
You didn't want to go.
And you said get your ass up and go home.
But
And you have spent the night at my house. Like, so what?
I was nervous.
You were well, why the hell was you nervous? Don't get up here and act like I ever tried to touch you. I never came
I never
you.
said
I never
that.
done
Did
that.
I say that?
But you said you were nervous.
Like you weren't going around trying to have threesomes with your husband.
You are lying. You're not open to it. Never. All right, well, let's
But you know what? Did you not get on your knees and swab on a hook and a cook in the back of the limo on your 10-year anniversary in front of all these people? Did it happen?
So texted Mel, and I think he was like, I'm rooting for you guys. And Mel was like, you mean me and Martell or just me?
Have you and Martell ever had sex?
No.
Have you and Martell ever kissed?
No.
Has Martell ever sent you pics?
Don't get up here and act like I ever tried to touch you. I've never came
I
close
never
to you.
said
I've never
that.
done
You
that.
never said
I'm
that.
nervous.
Did I
Did
say
I
that?
say that? But you said you were
Act
nervous.
like you weren't going around trying to have threesomes with your husband.
You are lying. You're
not open to it.
I've never. All right, well, let's
But
run
you know
it.
what? Did you not get on your knees and swap on a hook and a crook in the back of the limo on your 10-year anniversary in front of all your
What does that have to do with positioning?
And you want to act like you just they don't respect you.
That have to do with positioning a threesome, Destiny.
You were grooming. I did. Married men and women.
Well, let me tell you, be very careful about saying things that are inaccurate. Because you're saying, you're saying that I was walking around grooming somebody.
Did you get on your knees?
You weren't there, but I'm gonna.
But it happened. I'm not gonna get on my knees and slob on somebody's in front of people unless I want them to join in. That is what that is. That's grooming.
Did you ever feel like I was grooming you and Marcel to have a threesome with me and Martell?
Talk about the inappropriate text that you sent to Marcel.
What inappropriate text? Yeah, talk about it. What inappropriate text did I send to Marcel?
Okay, so I feel like at the time when Destiny speaks on the limousine situation, the whole situation, the limousine was Martell's idea. It was Martell's suggestion. He suggested that. And Mel was like, okay. And he got upset. He was like, y'all not gonna do it. We was like, hell no, we ain't doing it. But it was Martell.
So
Can I ask about the inappropriate text?
And how did you hear about that? Because it was 6 people in the limo.
I told her when I was pissed off with Martell. When he made the statement at that adult game, that's when I was like, no, don't play me like that, dude. Like, stop it. But the inappropriate text message that I found out about later, Marcel texted Mel, and I think he was like, I'm rooting for you guys, or I want y'all to win, or something like that. And Mel was like, you mean me and Martell are just me? And I just felt like that right there was not a good response to a married man.
Do you remember that, Melody?
I don't remember that text, but hearing her say it, you know, she's allowed to feel however she felt about it. I can say at times Marcel would text positive stuff. Maurice, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When everything went down, all of us were super close. So Maurice used to counsel me a lot. I know he used to talk to Martell a lot. Marcel used to try to talk. Everybody was trying to fix it. If he texted me and said, man, I'm rooting for y'all, man. If I said me and Martell are just me, I probably wasn't fooling with Martell. Like, don't be rooting for me and Martell. Don't root for us. If you're gonna root for me solo. But if she felt that that was inappropriate for her, that's how she felt. What I can tell you is none of these folks up here on this stage, except the one I was once married to, have I ever came on to. Have I ever been appropriate? Fletcher and Nell are here. They've been around as well. Ask them. I don't try to sit around and do inappropriate. I'm not even going to entertain it, to be honest. It's weird. And they haven't come on to me either. Nobody. So it's just, I don't know. It's weird.
We did stuff like that. I wouldn't tell her, get her ass up and go home. We don't.
And the thing is, I trust my husband with my friends. Like, they go through things. He gives them advice. It is what it is. They're like my sisters. So I've never thought anything about Marcel and Mel talking on the phone when Martell was going through the situation, or even before that, because Mel and Marcel used to give business advice to one another.
When I started public speaking,
we used to get advice from Marcel. Marcel would go to her meeting, give her tips. Like, so I never thought of anything.
Obviously, it's no secret, right, that you Original Six have a sort of legacy, a history of friendships. And me being present now, just doing this show for the past 7 years, I even don't think there was ever any lines being crossed when it comes to y'all's couples. I think the beauty of y'all even today that I do see is there is this very, sometimes dysfunctional, but there is this level of respect that you guys have just based on the history. And I don't believe for 1 second that any of you guys wanted each other. I don't think that. No. And the reason why we're bringing this up is because, again, I wanted you to be able to clear it based on the comment that was made, because it was thrown out in the air, and I wanted to be able to address it.
So I know there's a lot of questions coming up about the grooming. And I understand, like, our tribe, I don't think it's wise to build a channel around talking about somebody else. I don't think it's wise to do that. Are there issues that have to be addressed head on? Absolutely. And I think we have to be careful about how we address that. If you go back to our last live, one of the last things that we said, and I think everybody unanimously, no matter what side of the aisle you stand on, no matter where you fall in the situation, I think everybody would agree that to that it would not be okay to insinuate that somebody did something illegal when they did not. I think we can all agree with that. You get no argument from us. You get no argument from me. You get no argument from Destiny. None. We already volunteered that. And as far as, and I know there was quite a few questions about defamation lawsuits. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really not worried about that over here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not worried about a defamation lawsuit, because in order to have a defamation lawsuit, somebody's got to tell a lie. Now, I don't like the word. I think there was a better word to use. I do. I think there was a better word to use. I think if you look at the word, it has a range. It can mean anything to trying to prepare a person. I mean, the average lawyer can pick up a dictionary and look at the range of what the words mean. It can mean anything from prep, try to influence, all the way up to the legal aspect, which is grooming a minor. It can mean those things. And so the thing that we both said, nobody had to prompt anybody. The thing that has already been said was that you don't want to leave any kind of impression like that out there whatsoever. The issue that I had is not that it came up. The issue that I have is that you open the barn, let all the horses out, and then close the door.
And there was no context to support that word. It was just thrown out there under this climate. And I feel like, and this is me speaking to it because I see a lot of people in the chat that want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And there's a connotation to, I don't even say a connotation, there's a level to that right now at this specific moment with that sweet baby in Detroit. That's a level to it. And I think, and then you got the Diddy situation, you got all those things. And when I said it, my thought process was trying to see if somebody was down, preparing somebody for, what you were interested in. That was my thought process. And I even gave more examples. I don't know if they make it. I mean, since that's deleted and it leaked or whatever, I don't know if that's going to even be shown, but I gave more examples to what I had experienced. I've never been around people that didn't want to engage in those acts that asked me. I have another woman ask me, what's my favorite position? Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like, I'm not asking somebody that, or somebody not asking me that if they're not interested in my sexual life. Like, they're not interested in it. So for me, that's where I was. That's where I was when I said it. I said solicit too. I said a couple things, and that landed because that's a word that, like I said, the climate for that right now is super high. And I agree with Dion. Like, I would never want to put out that somebody was doing something illegal. That's not what I was saying, because grooming doesn't, I mean, as an adult, you can't really, it doesn't apply to a minor. It's not the same connotation. And so when I was saying that, I could have been more clear with preparing somebody. And really just to see if they're down to be a freak. And it's okay if that's your thing. Because let me have a real transparent moment with y'all. Like, I've been there, done that, got a t-shirt. Like, I had a threesome before in my life, in college days. I just got a t-shirt and didn't need another one. So when people are like, oh, you're trying to act like you were being groomed and you act like you were scared, and why were you still around these people? Because I wasn't scared, because it wasn't an illegal thing to me. It was just like, oh, okay, they might be a little freaky, so I might have to tell them no, whatever the case may be. And people say, and it was another very good question, why did you stay tonight?
Hold on to that, because we want to see what they show. But I think there are fair questions. If you ask, why did you stay tonight? That's a fair question. Don't y'all think that question should be answered? I think it should be answered.
I agree. We understand what you were saying. Is use the wrong word. I used the right word. Wrong timing.
Yeah, and so I think there was,
I could have used a better word.
I think
I could have used a better word, and this is what Mental Monday is about. I'm owning my ish. I could have used a better word, but in the moment, what I was trying to convey was preparing. It's like when you groom yourself, you groom a dog, you're getting prepared for something. I'm not gonna have conversations, like I said, in that moment that lead to certain things. If I'm not trying to lead somebody there, if I'm not trying to prepare them to go this way, so that's what I was trying to convey. And in a moment of passion and frustration, that's where I went.
Yeah.
And everybody that keeps coming over here talking about people suing and all that other stuff, again,
I just honestly, I mean, do what you do in a court of public opinion. You have no control over. You just tell the truth about what your experience is, and then you don't have any control over what happens in the court of public opinion. You don't have any choice about how it's rolled out. You don't have a choice about those things. And I think that's why you'll see other cast members, if you're wondering,
oh wow,
why don't they talk more openly? Why don't they say more stuff? Because people be like, you can't control the edit. You don't know what they're going to do with it. And to be honest with you, this wasn't even the thing that she and I, when we were talking, this wasn't even the thing we were talking about. Like, when we're talking about, hey, do you think that thing might have went too far? This isn't even the thing we were talking about. The other thing, which we don't know if they show or not, will absolutely bring clarity. The reason why I don't think there will be a lawsuit, I'll just tell you why I don't think there will be a lawsuit. Because you have to defame somebody's character. There's something about revealing somebody's character that can be uncomfortable, but it's not the same thing as defamation. It's not the same thing. And if you look at the context in which it was said and how she rolled it out, if she was just trying to be frivolous in her claim and say, yeah, why wouldn't you just go all the way? Why wouldn't you just say, yeah, those people tried to do something to me? That's not at all what she said. When she was asked, she said, no, they didn't try it.
No, they didn't say it.
They didn't say it.
Right. They didn't know. He said, well, did they ask you? And I said, they didn't say, they didn't, hey, you want to have a threesome? That wasn't how it came out. It was just a lot of conversations and energies. And A144 says she's experienced, I think that's experienced it. People trying to solicit a groomer for threesomes, and she knows how that can be, whatever, uncomfortable. But at the same time, I was very honest. I could have been like, if I'm lying, yep, they did. You know, yep, they said, yeah, let's go in the room right now. I didn't say that because that's not how it happened. But people can't minimize my experience and what I felt. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
Cannot.
So defamation of character means,
and it only came out because I was being defamed by saying I'm sleeping with somebody, and I'm like, why are you doing this? And I've asked multiple times. I've addressed it to that person head on. It's not true. You know it's not true. Because if it was a thing, then I would have just got down when the energy was being thrown out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I said, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not being clear.
Yeah. But the thing is, you're never going to be clear enough for people who already have their minds made up about what it means. You're never going to be clear enough for people who fill in the blanks. You're never going to be clear enough for that. I do.
And I'm just sharing a lot more. Y'all do know that I've been pursuing music since I was 11 years old. So I've been in studios. I've had this energy before, and some of it has been crazy, but it wasn't even like that. That's why I wasn't afraid. Like, oh my God, I'm scared. It wasn't that. It was just, yo, it's okay to be freaky. If that's what you are, like, it's okay. Hey, I want to, but it wasn't that. You know, I'm married, engaged, or whatever at the time. Like, it wasn't that. That's just it. But don't sit here and try to make me be this person and make me live in a lie. And you can't live in your truth. Like, let's stop. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
Yeah. So there's just, like I said, there's a couple of reasons why I don't think that's going to be a thing. I don't think the defamation lawsuit is going to be a thing, because you have to prove that it's not that person's character. Like, they wouldn't do something like that. They wouldn't approach you and try to get you on some freaky stuff. Nobody's saying.
Why stay around energy like that? I'm gonna address this key, love. Why stay around energy like that? Have you been around friends and you've had situations that you were maybe like, I don't like that, or whatever the case may be? That doesn't mean, hey, I'm gonna cut my friends off. It's just a no. Like, do you want to do my hair tonight? Nope. Are you gonna come out here and go out with me tonight? Nope. I'm not gonna do it. It's just a no. It's just a no. It's just real simple. Doesn't mean, like I said, Key Love, listen to the context. I wasn't afraid. It wasn't a crime. I just wasn't. It was a no. It was a no.
And so that's. I'm going to transition the conversation just a little bit. So I do want to finish what I'm saying.
Sorry, my bad.
No, I want to finish what I'm saying because I do think there needs to be a little bit of clarity. The thing is, because I think if you just take your dub in the court of public opinion, go for it with that. I believe in giving grace until people don't give you an option but to do something else. There's grace in the court of public opinion. In real court, it's not going to work out like this. In real court, the people that she's holding back, that have reached out to her and said, hey, you're not crazy because that thing happened to me too, those people are coming. You don't hold them back in real court. So this is grace. This is the grace piece. Now, here's the piece where I say you've got to learn. I think when you're dealing with someone and you're dealing in a situation where there is a ton of skill at switching the conversation, at taking it and saying it's this most salacious thing and then transposing it onto what you said, when somebody is skilled at that, you have to be careful about the words you use. Like, you have to think 25 times. You can never, the truth is, you can never be so angry that you just start flying off and saying what you're saying. You can't afford to do that in this sector, even if it's a part of your job. You just can't afford to. You have to be very calculated. You have to be just as calculated as the person you're dealing with. Now, you're not going to be as good at it because you don't have as much practice with it. And that's the truth. If you are a person, if I'm counseling you and you are a person in a family system, this is why I support. I'm going to transition a little bit so that this can be something, a redemptive quality. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have a redemptive conversation. I have a love-hate relationship with this show. There are times where I think there are things that are absolutely redeemable. There are times when I think, like, gosh, there's some redeemable stuff. And then there's times I'm like, ugh. But here's the lesson. The lesson in this is, if you're dealing with somebody who's really skilled with smoke and mirrors and shifting things, I really encourage you not to have communication with them at all. That's my honest feedback. As a therapist, I'm gonna say this. As a therapist, when I am working with people who are dealing with people who are really skilled at shifting narratives, what I'm really telling them is, don't engage. You will not win. They have way more practice than you. And you will be looking and thinking, there's no way that the rest of the family is going to believe this. And guess what? They will. That's why